Hi, and welcome back to another week of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal. I'm Brandon Sands, joined now by UNCW women's soccer head coach Chris Neal. Coach, how are you? Welcome back to Wilmington.
Yeah, glad to be back for sure.
Awesome, and I guess we'll jump back in and just kind of recap the your 5-day stay on Long Island. Obviously, not the results that you want. It kind of puts you in a must-win situation going into Sunday. But before we get into the Charleston game, just kind of talk about, maybe we'll start with the Hofstra game on a very rainy Thursday night last week.
Yeah, conditions were not optimal. It was at times in the game, it was sideways rain, pretty heavy. Obviously, Hofstra's on turf, but we got our butts kicked on Thursday night. The scoreline was 2-1. But out of all the CAA games we've played, Hofstra dominated more phases of the game than we had previously experienced against other opponents. So I thought they were able to tough through those conditions and be true to themselves a little bit more, and they got a deserved victory on Thursday in those conditions.
Obviously, this time of year with so much still up in the air, everybody's fighting, and on Sunday you got that Stony Brook team who kind of sort of was able to play their way into the mix, so to speak, and you knew that was going to be a tough game, a high scoring game. That's what it was.
Yeah, Stony Brook has scored 7 goals in their last 2 matches. I'm not exactly sure what they did before the Drexel match, but in their last 3 matches. And again, we won many phases of that game. We territorially were dominant, but we lost the penalty boxes, and that's where you make your money in this sport. So I give Stony Brook a lot of credit. They took 2 very good corners, set pieces in that first half. And the service that they put in made it very difficult for us to clear our lines. And they got some reward out of it. It was their senior day, so they were very jacked up for that as well. Our team fought hard, and in many, many ways, we performed very, very well, scoring 2 goals in the second half. But we all felt we could have scored 4. We just didn't, and the result did not go our way. So here we are heading into Charleston on Sunday in a must-win situation.
It's almost that Sunday game is almost essentially – you're starting the tournament this week because you know that you need a win. A loss or a draw doesn't really help you. You are in control, fortunately, of your own destiny if you get the 3 points on the road against a Charleston team that's also going to be fighting to get back into that mix. Right now, I know they're on the outside looking in, but like I said, every team's hungry, and I think only 2 are mathematically eliminated from the picture so far.
Sure, Kerry Aller brought up that point, our captain, senior captain, about it. Being a playoff game already, because the playoffs are about winning or going home, and that's the situation we're in. You could take out all these implications for conference, and this game with Charleston is always going to be special, just because of the 2 East Coast teams and being close to each other, and both teams are going to want to win regardless of whatever seeding or playoff implications may be on the line. So I expect a great game, and I expect both teams to be ready.
Right. I guess what are you kind of looking forward to, the style or how that how you match up against the Cougars this weekend?
We're definitely looking forward to being on grass again. We did not handle the turf well, especially in the rain on Thursday night. The turf bounce made us look uncomfortable a lot. So it'll be nice to be in Charleston, warmer weather, closer to home on a natural grass surface, which we certainly feel more comfortable on.
Right. 3 straight years that you're putting a 3-year CAA tournament streak to task.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just talk about some of that experience and stuff that some of those upperclassmen, obviously, you won't have a Kerry Howard, but you still have a lot of returners who have been in that championship type of environment and, played in a lot of big games. And, just kind of talk about that experience and how they can kind of, bring that on Sunday.
Well, even though Kerry's not going to be able to see playing time, she certainly it means a whole lot to her, and she's going to give everything she's got to get us across that finish line. But we do have a lot of experience, and certainly it doesn't hurt in these moments, right? They've got all kinds of successful and unsuccessful experience in playoff situations. So we will lean heavily on those seniors on Sunday, and I'm excited for them to protect their opportunity to keep playing.
Did you ever, at any point this season, kind of feel that it would come down to this? Was that ever a possibility for you?
I think every coach in the league knew that it was going to be a very different year from the get-go, and that things would be very tight at the end. I think I may have even mentioned that 5 or 6 weeks ago in one of our first Keeping It Reals. I didn't imagine it would be this tight from basically place 10 to first at this point. 10 days ago, we were in third or fourth place, and then one road swing, and all of a sudden you're on the outside looking in. So that's the way it goes when you only play 9 conference matches. You've got to get results and get them fast, or else you're going to be in a stressful situation at the end of the year.
What is the biggest improvement that you do need to make to avoid I guess what happened on Long Island?
We again, it boils down to execution in the penalty boxes for us. And there's a number of specific things that we are focused on this week to try to improve our situation. So again, territorially, we've been pretty good. If you look at number of corners, number of penalty box entries, number of balls possessions we're losing in our own half, it's been pretty solid. We just have to clean things up at both ends of the field.
Well, Coach, good luck to you this weekend. Obviously, all of us here in Wilmington are hoping for a positive result and keep this season moving. Thank you, guys. And this has been Keeping It Real with Coach Neal.